Landowners in Gong and Arnatarong who gave way for the standard gauge railway will start receiving compensation this week. Paul Maringer, the Principal Secretary in charge of Transport, did not disclose the amount set aside for the compensation. It adds a fresh hurdle for the $150 billion worth project that has previously been bitterly fought by conservationists who were opposed to the line running through the Nairobi National Park. President Uhuru Kenyatta had his way in the objections raised by several lobby groups, but with a compromise on elevating the line to minimize disruptions to the wildlife. He had promised to have the payments completed by last month following sustained outcries by the affected landowners, some already pushed out as the works started. Initial projections had it that the two major stations would be nearing completion by December, but is likely to be pushed forward in the continuing stalemate. Bramwell Shire Abuka, who operates a quarry near the proposed Ngong station site, said he and fellow residents were anxious about the compensation which has been coming since 2016, prompting the stalling of construction. "We have agreed to see to it that the payments are made before any works continue," he said, echoing the sentiments of hundreds more. Among the fears shared by owners of the targeted property is that the state might go back on its word about the compensation whose values have already been determined by government officials. Construction of the stations and bridges was the priority for China Communications Constructions Company, the contractor, besides the 4.5-kilometer underground tunnel that was started in late 2016. Work on the tunnel has however been smooth as it does directly displace households, as is the case with the above-ground railway line. But the government has dispelled fears about a sustained standoff, citing that the project was well on course apart from the little misunderstandings. Professor Paul Maringer, the Principal Secretary in charge of Transport, yesterday said that the compensation would start within the week but did not disclose the amount. "It has been a communication problem with the local community, but we are ready to start making payment for compensations," he said. The compensation would be in tens of billions considering the stretch near Nairobi is highly developed with residential estates. Mr. Maringer added that the payments are phased in 3 lots which would all be settled within the month to avert any possible disruptions.